Julia, you good back there? Perfect.
Y'all ready? Okay, obviously disappointed in our offensive performance last night. We had some uncharacteristic drops. You know, we caught the ball, you know, I think at a high level for the most part all season. We had some missed opportunities. You know, we fumbled the football. I think it was 2nd down and goal from the 7 or 8. Didn't get points. We got down there late. I think we had a little wide delay, and Pittman caught it, and it was down to the 2 or 3. We had a wide receiver that didn't get the signal and was blocking, came back, got a 15-yard penalty, got 0 points. And I thought that was a big point in the game. Obviously, the 4th down one. I mean, Randy's been one of our better football players, you know, all season. That was unfortunate, but you know, when you're playing a good team, you know, on the road right there, or I should say a talented team on the road, you can't have those self-inflicted mistakes. And you know, it was some similar things that happened to us, or what we allowed to happen to us against Stanford, and we got to do a better job next time we get that situation. Questions?
Ira?
With the drops being something that hasn't been a thing, is there any explanation, or it just happens?
I know we caught the ball, I think, at a high level in practice for the most part, you know, all season, and done a solid job in games. So you know, we just got to do a better job, you know, in that moment, and you can't let it snowball on you.
Corey?
How do you assess Tommy's play overall after watching the film? Is there some stuff he's missing? And obviously he makes some good plays too.
Yeah, no, he made some good plays. I think, you know, obviously there's a couple of those plays that he threw the ball extremely well, and it didn't work out, you know, but he's battled for us all year. You know, like I said, there's times I need to do a better job of putting him in a better situation too. But I think for the most part, you know, he did some good things.
Chris?
On the running game and just the usage of running backs, where are you guys at in the sense of figuring out who you can go to when you have to have a certain somebody? I think you played 5 in the first half with 5
Right,
players.
yeah, and that's you know, obviously Sam is coming on, who's made some good runs. Gavin's kind of been that guy for us all year, kind of that security blanket, does a great job playing without the football, and has done a good job running between the tackles too. You know, Roy Dell came back healthy. We've been waiting on him. I'm not saying he's 100% healthy, but he's a guy that we got in the mix on some 3rd downs. But you could see us be a little more specific, you know, these last 3 games.
Ira?
When you going on the road, like what you talked about the Stanford game too, like what do you think what hump does the team need to get over to execute better on the road?
Yeah, I mean that's what I've got to figure out, and I've got a good idea after 2. You know, you look at it one, it happened. That's but when it happens twice, you got to look at everything, and just everything that goes with it. You know, I think the big thing is just, you know, responding to adversity and not letting the play that happened before negatively affect the next time. And of course that's up to me. I mean, me as offense coordinator, I got to do a better job of getting our guys to understand that and execute better in those situations.
Aslan?
How does it affect you as a play caller, just the offense's overall feeling when, you know, the opposition's holding the ball for so long and the possessions aren't there maybe that you want as much?
You know, I just think you got to adjust. I mean, I've been doing this a long time. You just got to adjust. Games are going to unfold different ways, and that's my job to be able to adjust, get our players to adjust. And you know, we've got to take care of us offensively. We didn't do that last night. Like I said, we had some self-inflicted wounds. That was unfortunate. We should have put more points on the board, and we could have made that game a different game than it was.
Chris?
On Virginia Tech, what stands out about their defense and what they'll challenge you with?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a little bit of them. You know, they're aggressive. They do some different things. You know, I'll have a better idea tomorrow with everything. But you know, like I said, it's going to be about focused on us and getting our crap straight. You know, this week more than anything.
Ira?
On the Randy play specifically, it looked like maybe he started looking upfield before he got out. Do you even get into, is it more mechanical, or is it?
You know, he's been one of our more consistent players, you know, and that's a play that we've been waiting to set up, you know, all year for the right time. And it was just, like I said, he's played at a high level, and, you know, just didn't catch the ball. I don't think it's any more than that.
Aslan?
Just watching the film, there's opportunities are out there. Is that keeping the guys engaged and locked in, you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you know, it's dynamics, chemistry, flow, whatever. And like I said, it's the 2nd time it happened, and we can't let it happen. And 3rd time, we got to grow from it. We talk to it. There's some things that we can do differently, I think, approaching everything. you know, but, you know, we've got to get it done.
Corey?
Tommy said after the game, well, he blamed himself on a couple of the drops, said he has to put them in a better spot. I don't know if you agree with that or not. I mean, drops are drops.
There was one that he could have made a better throw, there's no doubt.
And he also said he thought Clemson was trying to get him outside of the pocket. Did you, like, maybe not thinking he was fully healthy and wanted to see if he could run? Did you see that at all, or did you think that at all?
No, I think that's the way it unfolded a few times. I think at times they were trying to keep him in, but he did a great job of getting out. Obviously, the touchdown play on the scramble, you know, was a great job by him buying himself some time, and then Wayne came back, and it was a similar scramble play, you know, that was against Miami on that same type deal.
Ira?
On the, looked like one time Clemson came across and it looked like Tommy was maybe who wanted the ball to be snapped or something. What, do you remember the play I'm talking about with, and what's supposed to happen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're across, you're supposed to quick set them, you get free 5 yards. We didn't do that, and so that had a lot to do with it.
Chris?
The squirrel shot play, was that Tommy not making the throw? Was it squirrel not doing something?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was a play. You know, we ran the shift out of it the series before. We saw the look. You know, that's something we practice, and I mean, we've really thrown the deep ball at a pretty high level completions the whole season. We did really good. We probably threw the ball, deep ball, you know, one of the best weeks that we've had of practice. So it was a little uncharacteristic with that. So I don't really have an answer for you. I mean, sometimes you just overthrow it, and that's just what happened.
Corey?
How much can LaWayne learn from last night? Obviously, he had some big plays, but those are two critical penalties. And one, just because it sounds like he didn't know the play or got the play wrong. Those little things, when you had the ball at like the 5-yard line, instead you're having to kick a 44-yard field goal.
Yeah, and he's done some good things. He's learning. I mean, we're a little thin right now. He's trying to play 2 positions too. So, you know, we're playing for the most part 4 receivers right now, and we're extremely thin, and he's playing 2 positions. There's a lot, but the bottom line is, you know, we got to do a better job preparing him and getting him where he can execute the plays.
Aslan?
How do you think the energy and the emotion is between possessions? Are guys being calmed down and able to kind of absorb the information you guys are giving?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but like when you're on the road and you can't let one series snowball into the next one. I mean, like, you know, we've got to be able to put that behind you. And, you know, in the Stanford game and that game, there's too many things that happened that were very, very similar. And like I said, I mean, bottom line, I'm the offensive coordinator. I've got to do a better job of making sure that doesn't happen a second time. It did. So we're going to be looking at some things that we can do differently, and we've got to solve that one.
Any other questions? That's the last one.
Clemson had a season high 6 sacks on you guys. Was it a credit to what they did, or did they do something to resolve
No,
that?
they got one of the better defensive lines that we went against, and I mean, we're a run play action team. We throw the ball 40 times. That's not good for us. And so it was like the way the game flowed. You know, it just happened that way, and that's not what we want to happen at all.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you guys.